Deion Sanders, Emmitt Smith had a lot to say about Shedeur Sanders, who was in the Pro Bowl.
I thought they were friends of yours.
They were. I saw Emmitt today. He was here.
Pro Bowl. I had dinner with Deion once. I told you that.
We ain't going to have dinner with you no more.
No.
I ain't going to be here.
Ain't going to be here.
Ain't all right. But anyway, Rob G., those two belly aching about Shedeur, who threw 2 picks in the Pro Bowl. Okay.
Only one keeping Pro Bowl stats.
Only
Rob
one.
Parker.
It don't matter. Nobody cares. Throw 2 interceptions. He threw 2 interceptions. Make up your mind,
In a
Rob.
flag football game with no pass rush.
If it works for me, I'm doing it.
I got to remember that,
Okay,
too. You're right.
remember
You're
that.
right.
If it works for me, right, we're gonna blame the offensive line. He had no offensive line in the flag football game. He had no offensive line.
Give him the Justin Herbert treatment.
Okay, but Rob G., what'd they say?
Yeah, Shedeur Sanders, going back to Monday, has been a talking point. Not the talking point, but has been a talking point.
He was right there, remember?
All
He was
week.
over there, yeah.
All week, right? So earlier today, Deion Sanders was on First Take with friend of the show, Steve A. Smith.
Steve to us.
Yeah, Steve to us. And they asked him if there was anything that could ever be done to convince him to make the jump from college to the pros. He says, not whatsoever. After what transpired with my son last year, ain't no way in the world. So insinuating that there was some kind of mistreatment of his son dating back to the draft process through the preseason and the regular season. A few hours later, Emmitt Smith appears on Up and Adams right across the way here on FanDuel.
I never miss Up and Adams.
Talking about Shedeur Sanders. And you recall when their coach was hired and their GM mentioned after the season, we are going to have a competition for the quarterback. We're not going to come in saying flat out, Shedeur Sanders is QB1. We're going to figure it out and let the process work itself out. Apparently, that really bothered Emmitt Smith because he said to Kay Adams, quote, I haven't seen anyone else earn the right to be that but him. Talking about being the QB1.
Oh, does he know the stats?
So both guys believe that Shedeur's been done dirty in the NFL. Do you agree?
Kelvin, I'll let you go first because you know where I am with this, and then I'll follow you. But my God,
I believe Emmitt Smith. Let's start there because Deion is his dad, and that's a whole other thing. They are blowing out of proportion what has happened in the sense that maybe it wasn't the best situation, right? He didn't walk into this. They don't have loaded with talent, and they don't have a lot of weapons and so on and so forth. I agree to some extent of that, but that is the case for a lot of quarterbacks. That's been the case for so many. Have you heard of a Jet quarterback in the last 20 years? They've walked into terrible situations, even one who's a first ballot Hall of Famer, at least allegedly, because I don't know how these ballots go anymore, and Aaron Rodgers wasn't a great situation for him. So the idea that, hey, you're going to walk right into the NFL, everyone's going to love you, it's going to be easy, your team will be loaded, that's farce. That's not a real thing. And so sometimes you got to come into it. You're the guy and everything's given to you. Sometimes you got to earn it. Sometimes you got to fight. You got to tooth, nail, scratch your way to get that opportunity. So the idea that everything's going to be peachy, to me, I didn't understand that. He would have not walked into the best situation. The Browns have not handled the quarterback situation.
But he didn't play that well either. I mean, can we at least acknowledge that?
He didn't play well. Was it 7 touchdowns, 10 interceptions?
So I got all the stats for you because Rob Parker makes sure to text me. I'm going to need those Shedeur stats before you get to it.
Go ahead. Give me. And some of them are really bad.
Okay, he completed 56% of his passes, 1,400 yards, 7 touchdowns, 10 picks, all right? They went 3-4 in the games he started. His 10 picks over the last 8 weeks were the highest in the NFL over that span, all right? Here's the worst one. If you're a Rob Parker fan, you love it. Anyone else, you'd hate this stat. Of the 36 quarterbacks with at least 200 passing attempts in 2025, Sanders ranked last in completion percentage, last in passer rating, last in adjusted yards per attempt, and last in adjusted net yards per attempt.
And that's my case. Mm-hmm. Like, you could talk about all the other intangibles or whatever. If he balled out, it wouldn't be an argument. But I'm going to say this. This is why I wouldn't want Shedeur Sanders on my team. And I'm dead serious. Because anything you do is going to be an issue for people. And they're like this is why. And it ain't just, oh, look how they doing a brother like that or this and that. And you know I'll call it if I have to call it. Nobody wanted Tim Tebow either because it was the same song and dance. How come Tim Tebow's not playing? How come you're not giving to my quarterback have a bad day? Is Tim Tebow going in? It became a distraction.
No, I get it.
It becomes a distraction, and I could see if I'm a new coach in a situation, do I want that? I don't want that. I don't want every time my quarterback throws an interception or has a bad game, they're going to come up to the podium and say, is Shedeur starting next week? Like, because that's what's going to happen.
That's why teams don't want that guy behind somebody, because the backup's always the hero in town. Right, he's always the guy because he ain't playing. They're like that guy. He put him in. He's the one. And in this case, Shedeur, who knows if he's going to start or not. And I also don't mind. Like I think he did. I think he had some great plays. We're like, ooh, okay, you got a bigger, stronger arm than I thought. He's more mobile than I thought. But even somebody who's been supportive of him, as you know, don't mind if he's going to have to fight for it. Like that, he didn't do enough. The team wasn't great enough, and also they got a new coach. So he's probably coming in and saying, hey, let me see what's going on.
But those numbers are telling, like last in all of those categories. That's not handpicking. And you could say he threw a couple balls downfield. That's fine. That's fine. But the overall, when you're evaluating, he doesn't rate that you're going to turn over a starting quarterback job to him.
I'm agreeing that it's not.
And that's the problem.
No one should walk in and just be like automatically like, oh, he's going to have it. Now, if you – for whatever reason, maybe if your offensive coordinator was already there and you're like, hey, trust me, y'all don't even know what we got brewing. Okay, you're there. I get it. But a new coach coming in, I can see why he's saying, hey, Dylan Gabriel, he did a few things that I liked. When Shedeur, I've seen some things on tape I like. Maybe even Deshaun Watson, who's on money. It ain't going to be a maybe.
I'm still going to say this, and I'm going to stick to it. Deshaun Watson will be the starting quarterback to start the year. He will. They owe him so much money. He's worked his way back, and they're going to, because neither one of those guys bowled you over to where it was like,
could there be someone else, though? Could it be someone else they draft? Could it be a free agent? But I just think
there's so much money involved that they got to give him one more shot. And if he flames out after 4 games, then all bets are off. But I believe he'll get 4 games to start the season.
And Rob, a larger point, too, would be, that's my boy. You know Prime out here. Prime love his boy. I don't mind Deion sticking up for his son. Duh, right? We get that. But I do think there's some times where it's okay to say, I'm going to let him fight this one on his own.
No,
right?
but also, too, I think from Deion's standpoint, I'm disappointed in he played in the National Football League. He's always talked about the differences in the people of Hall of Famers, and he have all that. Yeah. But here he is now saying that what worked for him when he had to work his way in and play is now some jaded system because it's his son. Like, something's wrong with that. I'm dead serious.
I get it, and that's what I'm saying.
It ain't like his son got great numbers and they're not playing him. If you want to play it out, he's the 4th best passer of any rookie quarterback, and he ain't playing, I could buy that. He don't have those numbers to say that.
And that's where I think Deion, to me, of course, now if asked, you're not going to just like not speak on it, because that Deion, he's made a list well before his sons. He always talks about something.
Everybody has a conspiracy for your son. Come on, man.
The idea that everything is against him is what I don't agree. You already know. You and I argued all season long. I thought it was strange that he was supposed to, it was projected all early, drops to 5th. I was with that. It was strange that I thought, why not give him more reps in the offseason, see what you got. I don't think you were overly sold on Dylan Gabriel. So, I've been supportive of just trying to see what he's got. But the idea that every fire you've got to put out, or every situation, or he can't fight through that adversity, or that everything is against him, I don't co-sign with that.
Did anybody ask Deion about his performance in the flag football Pro Bowl? I'm just saying.
Well, he's going to find something.
Oh, yeah. But did you see the color of the flags? How you expect him to throw to a wide receiver with those flags hanging on the side?
First of all, what do you mean? I just told you they did ask him. His son did something he never did.
He made the
Pro Bowl in his first season.
Okay.
Deion, it took 3 seasons, so he told him, "Pops, take that." But yeah, I just think Deion's going to
I told my son, dude, do not go out there. Are you kidding me?
No. I told you he was going to go out there and make a show of it. Like, go out there and you be the thing. I
didn't see any record numbers, rating. Well,
I meant the whole thing, right? Made this throw up the watch. Hey, he had another player throw up the watch. Go out there, sunshine, have fun, and enjoy that, and make it great for the brand.
Terrible. Awful.
So I expected that, but to me, let's not make it like there are several quarterbacks throughout the last 30, 40, 50 years who came in bad situations, bad head coaches, bad teams, and had to deal with that and try to grind and move on from that. And eventually you can be in the Super Bowl if you look at Sam Darnold, right? You're with the Jets, horrible situation. Now you got a chance to be a Super Bowl winning quarterback on Sunday. All right, Rob, so they're watching us right now, which means another thing they can do is what?
they can subscribe. All you got to do is hit that button, subscribe to The Odd Couple for some of the best sports talk content in the nation.
Facts. And while you're at it, they can like, they can comment, they can share. Do all that for us. We appreciate it. Just do all that right up in here.